Hey guys, and welcome to the Mysteries of Selindor episode 160. I am your GM Gagnor, and last week the team finished an epic fight against a long lost companion turned into a strange, horrifying monster known as Zephyr, and the Black Goat of the Woods and her mini spawn. After her death, she exploded, and in that instant, covered all of them in a strange milky white goop. And they began to crack and shift and change into a myriad of different monsters that somehow seemed to represent them in some odd way and began to do battle with each other. During this time, Orin snuck off to try to close the rift that was the source of all of this chaos. And in doing so, with the help of Cleary, who had turned into a lunar dragon, he made his way there and, after much difficulty and a couple of really lucky rolls, managed to close the gate, slurping up all the tentacles like spaghetti into it. And we find ourselves in this moment, a bunch of the collapsed creatures. Seti, you open your eyes, looking around. Your vision seems strange compared to what you're used to. You're used to seeing with two eyes, not a multitude of eyes. And everything just has this strange sense of a heartbeat to it all around you. You can see inside things in a way you couldn't before. You feel heavy and a little hurt all over.
Is like Seti's consciousness back?
Mm-hmm. You begin looking around and you see a menagerie of strange creatures surrounding you. Laying behind you is Mitnir, which, Mitnir, you are yourself. You are a dragon. You don't feel that different, you just feel bigger.
Oops, sorry about that. We're back.
Oops. You feel more or less like yourself, just a lot bigger than before. And you see a whole bunch of these strange creatures you had seen on the front line in the war of the savannah that seem to be like these strange, malformed limbs stretched, blades coming out of their body all over the place, now rubbing their faces and climbing up trees, seemingly looking for some sort of food. Not behaving like the snarling creatures they were before, but just sort of aimlessly wandering around, several of them tripping over themselves as if they don't know how to move in their own bodies. And then you hear, "Oh, this is so very fascinating. I love every second of it. Aren't you a pretty thing now?" And you look down, Seti, and see a rather bittersweet sign of an unchanged Oya looking up at you and looking very tiny.
What's going on? What happened?
And as you say that, you hear, coming from the mouth of this thing, "What's going on? What's happened?"
Oh, there's something wrong with my eyes and my ears. What happened? I feel weird.
Real weird.
Cock's head looks like, how's that one talking?
Well, it's got a mouth, doesn't it? Meanwhile, you see sort of moving about the forest, probably observing some of the very deranged and changed lichen that has grown about the area, is a skeletal fungus-covered creature that reminds you a lot of Zugtamoy, the way that Grim has described her. Those of you who haven't met her directly, seems to be just moving about the place, just sort of like observing the various different things. And Grim, you were always yourself, but this strange feeling in your body has not changed back to normal.
Yep, it's to me. Oh,
and after
talking now.
a few more minutes of this, coming from the northern part of the tundra, or what was once the tundra, still malformed into these black squiggling trees, but a lot of the darkness seeming to lift as time goes by and just settle more into a normal sort of dark forest, as a dragon comes moving in its large, sweeping, glistening white scales, and giving a ride to Oren, who doesn't really need a ride, but just said, I insist that you're tired and you need a little bit of help. But coming out as, I insist that you're tired and needed a little bit of help. Just ride me, damn it.
I'll do it to make him happy, even though I can fly faster than he can.
So as they land near the rest of you, he says, things seem to have gone back to normal, haven't they?
This isn't normal. I feel really weird. Why are there dragons?
Weird. Oh, good. You're able to communicate again. I'm just going to use these voices because you all know who each other are. Well, which one of you happens to be Seti?
What do you mean? I'm Seti. Well, who are you?
The big purple one.
I'm so sorry, love. I feel like I picked on you the most during that whole thing.
So what happened? Four of
You'll
us didn't
beat
change.
each other up. That's funny.
Well, we defeated the Black Coat, and then just continuing in his other voice, and then we turned into whatever these are. I became a dragon, and so did Mitnir. I assume that's you.
Nothing happened to me. I don't know what you...
Literally just sounds like Mitnir.
I mean, Oren looks normal. I
Yeah.
feel normal. Grim looks normal.
Yeah, I just lost some meat.
Bropsy is sitting there, a sort of wispy black, almost like a cloud of a person.
The
You can
bird
take
lost
sort of
all of its meat.
whatever shape you want as this. You are just like an ephemeral black mist. They can sort of shape yourself into Bropsy if you want to.
Mostly Seti doesn't look like Seti.
Yes, definitely not the city that I remember.
Why are you so tiny? To like Oya and Grim and...
You've just gotten very big. And then as he's saying that, the voice kind of switches and he sort of loses a little bit of height and a little bit more body mass, comes in other places. And you hear, don't confuse her. Listen, dear, you're a big old scary monster. Let me show you. And then you see as they sort of weave their hands, it creates almost like this little illusion of a mirror. And you see this horrifying face looking back at you.
Ah! Just startle
There's a
up.
howling roar, and you see a lot of the creatures in the area are all now frightened and run off into the distance.
I'm also
as you
like
do your
scooting back.
frightening roar. Being slamming into trees, breaking things accidentally, stumbling over your own feet, your 4 feet as opposed to hands and feet.
What the fuck?
Yep.
How do I make it stop? Somebody polymorph me or something. What the fuck?
You can do that right now.
Oh shit! I polymorph myself into... I've only done like turtles before.
Yourself, and you do not feel magic come to you.
Can I... Fuck. I try to sing one of my magic songs that Sim doesn't remember right now, but and try to do like... What do I have? That's not Eldritch Blast.
I mean, we could always try killing you.
I try to bardic inspiration somebody.
You hear, and a lot more creatures become afraid and sort of run off into the woods.
It's not working. The magic's not working. I don't like this.
I mean, some magic worked.
Not mine.
Fundamentally, I think we've changed. And we need to find a way to go back to how we were. But I don't think we're going to find the answer to that here, necessarily. Perhaps we could try finding someone knowledgeable in the arcane arts back home, Or maybe get a message to them in some
In the
way, shape, or form?
Well, I can't. But if I don't, I can't send messages like this if it's not working. And then like I'm not. I can't walk into the city like this.
This is yes. I suppose you were right. And then you go and you look and you see tattered on the ground is a lot of your guys' clothing and your magical items just spread throughout the area. Your magical armors and clothes that you were wearing, anything that was magical, didn't break, simply was no longer wearable and came off of you as you began to transform. So you look and you see basically a big collection of pile of your magical items, and Oya's already collected a large stack. And he's like, "No, or now it's currently Magpie. Now I wasn't sure what belonged to who, but I'm sure you'll do a thorough count. So trust me, I didn't steal anything, although I was tempted with a couple of these rare delicacies you were all holding on to."
I get my snout like right down up in their face so that we're at eye level, and like I guess the tusks are like curling up on either side of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'll definitely look for Seti's bag of holding and get that.
Better not.
I'm just assuming that Mr. Tentacles and Nephronon are just happily still inside my ribcage.
Yes, they're literally inside your ribcage, which is hollow.
Yeah. I can store my items in there too.
Yeah. Yeah, you make me an insight check, Grim. Because you would have been the one watching to make sure that they didn't touch anything and pocket anything.
Insight check.
Or
What's
perception.
this one? Oh, this one has a 11 perception.
I'll definitely start going around picking up anything else that's around, putting it in my bag.
I didn't see shit.
All right. Well, you didn't see necessarily that anything might have been missing. I'm gonna roll for
I rolled a 1, so.
All right.
Or not 1. So 12, but not 1, so.
She says, "Well, at least your seals are still usable. Here, dear, would you like me to hold this for you?" And she holds up one of the seals. You're not sure if it's yours or if it's anybody else's. It's so small and it's really hard to tell.
I mean, I can detect magic 3 times a day.
Who do we know that's like the best magic person that like does transmutation shit? Do we know? I mean, obviously there's like the Magister and stuff, but that's more of a. Oh my god! I won't even be. Can I even dreamwalk still? Oh no! Oh, this is horrible.
That sounds like something that what's her name would be maybe good at. Oh gosh, I forget her name. The one that's the head of Grimskull. But I have no idea what she actually does other than get high.
Yeah.
Is he saying any of this out loud?
Yes. They go, I don't know what my school headmaster actually does, but maybe this is something that she would know something about. It seems like the kind of school where people would turn into other things. I don't
You're
really
talking
ever...
about Headmaster Willow, I believe.
Yes, probably.
They
right?
do probably know quite a bit about transformation of other creatures, of magics. That said, I'm not sure how you would combat transformation performed under these circumstances.
A true polymorph, probably?
We just look normal to them.
I mean, I don't think that dispel magic is going to do anything, is it? I'm going to try and dispel magic Seti and see if anything happens.
You use dispel magic, and there's sort of just like a puff of dust and color that just makes her sneeze.
Yep.
And it just goes all over.
There goes the Lich's one dispel magic. Per day, I guess.
In the meantime, we should probably go check on the rest of our group, armies that were left in the savannah, see who's still alive.
Fuck. There's still a fight. Oh god. But we're monsters. They're going to fight us.
Is there any large trees around here?
We're not all monsters. They won't fight us.
Yeah, I'm not a monster.
There's still the tree you came in through.
Do we have someone that can cast that still? Who cast it to begin with?
It was Grim,
Grim.
wasn't it?
Yep.
Can the Lich do it?
Transport via plants? Oh, you're muted, by the way, if you're talking. Sumner.
Happy stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I
I
mean,
think we grab food that was ready.
Gotcha.
it's not that far. I could always just fly over there.
But if there's a tree that's large enough, I
Well, I
can get us
can't.
there.
Okay.
A tree that's large enough for us, maybe, dear, but there's no way there's any large enough for those to
I'm
get
bigger
through.
than
If there's
all
a
the
tree that's large
trees.
enough for these, then I can get us there. Otherwise, I
Well,
could get 3 of us there. The 4 of
I
us
can
there.
put one of them in my amulet, and if we find Bropsy's amulet, someone can put one in there.
That's good. Amulet's good. Oh, fuck, that's magic. I can't do. God damn it. The one time my bug out room would be useful.
There is always the option of just killing somebody and, just seeing what happens.
No. No. Nope, absolutely not.
Just wait 24 hours, see if they grow back.
What if
I
we grow
assume I'll-
back as a monster?
If we grow back as a monster, that would be funny. I mean, that would be be educational.
Wherever our pile of stuff is, Minier's now like wrapped his tail kind of around the pile of stuff.
He's already starting
way-
his horde.
I can cast sending with my ring once per day.
Well, fuck. Okay,
Who do we
need...
think would be the most helpful in a situation like this?
And who wouldn't try to kill us in a situation like this?
Also, okay, so fuck. This sucks. This is awful, but we are still looking around. What's the situation in this cauldron, in this area? Are we good?
Make an insight check or an investigation check.
As the beast, or with my mind?
You can use your own mental stats.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's a 33.
Okay. With a 33, you can tell that whatever has changed these creatures into the monsters that they've become has not affected their mind anymore. These were transformed creatures, and there are still some remnants, or there were remnants, of things that were created directly by the Black Goat of the Woods, but those seem to have been sucked back into the portal with her. So everything here seems to be behaving as it once was. So there's not zero conflict, but it's
Right.
mostly confusion and not knowing what's going on. So whatever they were before, that's how they're behaving now. You see, like, some of them are trying to graze with carnivorous teeth and not understanding what's happening.
Oh. Boy. Okay. Well. Hey. Let's get the amulets. Get the. Oh yeah. Whatever. Did you find another thing that looks like the one that Orin has? Another.
Oya has been, showing bits and pieces and hanging up the various necklaces and accoutrement you guys have one by one until you see the amulet that Bropsy was wearing.
Okay.
She says, "Okay, which one of you wants to go in here?"
I'll definitely be going in one because I don't want to be scaring everybody shitless.
Very well. Bye,
No,
dear.
not yet.
Make a No, hold up. I'm just gonna roll for it.
Roll initiative.
You're gone. You're gone. Just get
Fuck.
sucked into the amulet. Although it's a willing creature, isn't it?
Willing or unconscious. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I'm not
you
willing.
can. So she tries and she goes, "Damn it."
Not yet. First of all, give it back to. Can Bropsy hold things as a puff of smoke?
Bropsy can, yeah.
Give it back to the Bropsy. That's hers, and she should be the one carrying it. And also, I don't want to go in until we have the plan. So, what do we? hide the biggest, scariest ones, go back to the army however you can, and then what? What do we... Because I can't just
And
pop
then
back
what?
out. I don't want,
Indeed.
but I want to know what's happening.
If we can send a message to any one person, do they have to be on our plane? I know the seals are connected outside. You could simply use a seal to contact somebody. But who do we wish to contact is really the question.
Well, and I mean, if you, Grim, you probably could contact Headmaster Widow and ask about the situation and what can be done. I mean, the only person I can think of that I can contact from my seal is maybe Idrisma.
Yeah, a good contact. Oh, we could contact people in the Citadel as well, or the what's it called? Not Citadel, Nexus, couldn't we? We are on Nexus
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, probably. I
Our
I don't.
champion.
I can't remember if I can call Hyacinth or not. Probably.
Sure.
And maybe my dad's secretary.
But I mean, we definitely have called Hyacinth before.
Faye seems like a good, similar to Headmaster Willow. Like they fuck around with trans.
But yeah, we could call Willow. I don't think I've ever called her before, but I'm sure I could call her. If not, to call Brogy and be like, "Hey, go get Willow."
Okay, yeah. Doesn't hurt to ask around, so maybe we just cast a wide net and see what happens.
Well, I suppose whoever does have seals and fingers capable of operating them
Like
makes some calls.
giant claws. I'm like tapping on my phone.
Yeah, you would crush it instantly.
Do we want to get out of here first and then do it, or do we want to?
We should head back to the army and
Yeah, we
have
can't
them
leave them.
starting to.
Hey,
head out
if
of
there's
here.
a fight still happening and I need to crush some shit, just let me out and point me in the right direction, okay? But let everybody know not to attack me.
Very well.
Okay, bye.
Okay, she says, bye, dear. And she sucks you up into the amulet. She find comfortable. It's a comfortable space.
What are we gonna do with the third large creature?
I mean, the dragons can fly at least, so.
Yeah, be a lot
Yeah,
slower.
I think if we're going to head back, yeah, I don't know how we can.
I'll take the risk being a dragon. If they begin throwing attacks without first listening to what we're saying, well, you
Well,
could
they
be
can freeze 'em.
fortunate.
Can't you
But if you
dragons
can
sometimes
transport...
turn into people anyway, though?
Oh, that's an interesting concept. I'm not entirely sure.
I think the current problem is you're too big to go through the portal thing.
Yes, that is the biggest problem.
How much of your magic do you still have, Grim?
I don't have any of mine. I only have this thing's magic. But it has transport via plants, and anti-life shell, and speak with plants, and fog cloud, pass without trace, detect magic, and druidcraft, and firestorm that I already used.
Yeah, I don't remember if all dragons can transform themselves into people or not.
It's
I
not
guess you would
all, but
probably
it's
have
like
to say.
maybe ancient dragons or adult dragons, possibly.
Yeah.
They're pretty high up the food chain.
Uncertain. Let me do some typing real quick. Pull up the kind of dragon that he is, at least.
It looks like it's metallic dragons. I don't know.
It's okay if you can't do it, Clear. It's just a question.
Any dragon that has polymorph or change shape as an action.
Right. So no.
Ha! I look like me. I did it.
I'm trying, but unfortunately, I do not think that I have that capability to do that just as I am. Can, however, become incorporeal, which might be remotely useful. Not invisible, mind you, just slightly less physical, little out of phase. But if you want to go ahead with the smaller individuals, I suppose just Orin, Grim, Oya, and Bropsy could go through. And, well, Bropsy, I believe, you are basically invisible unless you wish to not be. So the four of you could go ahead and explain the situation, find out what's going on in the battlefield, and I suppose get back to us on that.
Well,
I mean,
enough. That's
And we
fine
can
with
fly.
me.
We can just head that way in general. It'll just take us a little longer to get there.
Yes, no, I certainly suggest we start flying. Maybe have them. How long do you think it'll take us? Maybe about a day's flight, something like that.
At most.
Well, then we'll be there within 24 hours. Then, if you don't hear from us, we've probably run astray of other creatures that are hostile.
They're
But I
probably
think
more
two
scared of
dragons
us.
could probably take care of that.
I don't remember there being any dragons in this cauldron before, so anything we fly around would probably run away.
What? Seems like a good enough plan to me. All right, Mr. Bone Boy, want to let us ride through your little plans?
You're right, Dean. So I'll
Okay.
cast transport via plants and go back to the tree that we came from in the battlefield.
All right. As you guys exit out to the battlefield, which I'll swap us to, but there's really no point because it's changed completely. All of the monsters that the guys were fighting are gone. They all seem to have. I'm just gonna go through and delete them. What is left of the armies here had been marching and attempting to make their way after and are closer to the far side of the savannah or attempting to make their way there when you all appear from the back. The only thing that wouldn't have had time to like move very far is the Sky Piercer, which has like a group of artificers running it on the inside. So as you guys exit the tree, which is now represented by Orin's character down there, I'd say generally speaking, there's panic, but everything has moved like minus. Oh, I didn't mean to move the barricades, but everything has moved up significantly, except the Sky Piercer, which is still like way back here. And you can see that there are countless corpses on the ground, littered with broken pieces of both, humanoid creature, or humans, or humanoid-like entities, as well as robotic parts. Just heaps and heaps of scrapped golems and warforged. Incredible amounts of damage to the airships, and even the behemoth itself received some damage from the large creature before everything sort of disappeared. There's a corrosive guy still there. But all in all, your army looks maybe half of what was there before. But you guys arrive from below. What would you like to do?
I guess I'll fly ahead since I'm fastest and try and tell the armies to stand down and gather
Yeah,
the
you're
wounded.
so fast compared to literally anything else that could be there. If you had your Zephyr board, which could have been collected, since there's no way that
I collected everything, yeah.
then the Zephyr board I think is even faster than you are at full speed. So
Yeah, I'm fast enough. I can do 140 feet.
yeah. Anyway, so you catch up to them within a short amount of time. Who would you like to speak to? Anybody in particular, or just hit the
Just
back of the
yelling in general so that everyone can hear, everyone
Cool.
nearby anyway.
Make me a persuasion check.
All right. +1 persuasion. Here we go. That's 7. Yep, 7.
7. Calling out, they see you flying. Or there's so many other flying creatures like from the airborne legions moving about, and then you're flying through them. They're all in a panic, and they're on a dead march chasing after where these things might have gone, freaking out and trying to communicate with something. You're just kind of lost visually in the shuffle of all this. You don't stand out enough to stop an army on the move.
Well, I can turn my light on, make myself glow.
Okay, so you burst out with as much light as you can, and then go ahead and make me a performance check with advantage.
Ooh, natural 20 for 21.
All right, what do you say to them now that they've caught their attention?
I will just yell, "Hold! The battle is won. The creatures you now see are just mere wandering creatures. They are no longer monsters."
There's a moment where at first people don't believe it, and then after some seconds that feel like minutes, you hear cheers begin to ring out throughout the cauldron. Skipping ahead, time begins to pass very quickly as they begin tending to the wounded, resecuring a defensive position. Everybody moves back behind the barricades, and they begin building even more to station and create some sort of functional base here, sort of barracks. The airships all land, and people that are too injured to stay here get lifted back and begin ferrying them back over to the Cauldron of Life for some healing and Vetiva's nectar. However, at some point, a couple of the leaders of the military, let me see who I had. It's been a minute since we've looked at this. A Shirakai walks up to you, says, "Tell me exactly what happened. They seem to have warped space and left. What happened over on your end?"
Well, we defeated the Black Goat of the Woods, and when that happened, my party kind of got changed into monsters.
Another individual walks up, sort of like gray streaks and a thick black beard, like very regal-looking, kingly attire. Says, "And what happened then? You left them there? Were you forced to slay them?"
No, I had to leave them there. I went to close the portal, which I did.
I see.
And everything, the power that it was forcing through this portal got sucked into it, so everything is now of its own mind.
Okay. So there's monsters running around that are... what?
Well,
behaving peacefully, or...
They look like monsters still, but they have their mind of what they were before. So they're beasts that are now monsters that don't know what's going on and are in strange, different bodies.
Quickly give me a list of those you know of that are our people. We'll begin disseminating that information throughout the camps and make sure everyone knows not to attack should they be seen.
We have 2 dragons heading this way. A lunar dragon and is it blue or sapphire?
Blue.
And a blue dragon.
Oh,
That would be
thank
Cleary
God
and
we had
Mitmir.
this information. Our army saw that coming. We would all be ready for an attack.
And Seti is a pretty big monstrous thing, but we have her secured within an amulet right now.
Thank God for mages. If it weren't for their gadgets, we'd be lost, all of us. Well, very good. I will send my men out to see what they can find and begin cataloging what beasts are still violent throughout the savannah, those that were left behind. Cats, rats, there's nothing left of the Viper Brigade, but do what you can. Except for the back camps. Their back camps are still brewing potions and trying to help the sick. And so you see that several of what's left of the unseen armies, the unseen battalion, begins moving out throughout the savannah. And it's hot and dry throughout this space. And you're all camping under tents and doing what you can. The smell of blood thick in the air, as well as acid. There's a very acrid smell from the monsters spitting acid all over and melting down both bone and flesh alike. It's not a pretty place. And you hear several people yelling, "No prestidigitation! These people deserve to have have what's left of them recovered and properly tended to." It's grueling work.
We do have the elevator system set up.
Yep. So for now, they're creating a base. The elevator system's still there, but they're doing what they can to establish a more solid foundation. So, like, what trees there are within the savannah are even being cut down, except for the one that Grim's standing by, because just like I'm fairly certain if you saw them cutting down the tree you use for transportation, you would slap them. So.
Yeah, we gotta keep that.
I could use a different one, but they probably wouldn't come near just because I'm a giant mushroom skeleton.
Yeah, you see this skeleton standing by the tree. It says, "Oh, this one here is Grim. It looks about the same, right?"
We've just lost some weight.
Isn't much difference.
All right. So, I will say a couple of hours pass. Is there anything in particular you want to accomplish during this time?
I'm just gonna gather everything from Oya that belonged to my friends.
Okay, make me a investigation check to make sure nothing's missing.
Big money! Oh, nat 20 for a 40.
There's a certain box that you haven't seen in a while that does not seem to have been recovered. The Praxis.
That was the thing that Grim had, I think, right? Or something?
I believe so.
Wait. That's bad, right? That's the bad thing?
Potentially.
Who knows?
Do I think like Oya's hiding it, or maybe we missed
check.
it? 27.
Yeah, Oya's got that box.
We know
I'm gonna be
Oya
like-
stole the necklace of fireball from us at the very beginning of the campaign, so.
I'm gonna ask her to hand it over.
She says, "Hand over what, sorry?"
What's it called again?
The Pyxis of Pandemonium.
Yeah, that.
Okay, Grim shows up and tells you what it is. She's like, "But I did so very much for you all. The least you could do is give me one tiny little ornamental box."
Not
I
that
thought-
one.
We don't use it. It's just a box.
All right, make a persuasion check.
Oh God. Me?
Whoever's trying, you can roll with advantage since you've got help from Grim, but
Grim doesn't care.
Just
Grim
said you
doesn't
can
care,
have it.
yeah.
That's like
doesn't care
that's
either
like
way.
rolling with disadvantage.
Actually, I
That's
think
an
no.
8.
You should roll. You should roll with advantage because Grim says it makes it less interesting if Grim doesn't care if she has it.
I still only got an 8.
Still only got an 8. She says, "Don't you think that I deserve a little something?" And then she's gonna roll persuasion.
Her modifier is probably higher than your roll.
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight against my persuasion.
I'll get 25 insight.
She rolled a 24. She rolled really low. So you don't feel obligated for her to have it.
I think I would just feel safer that knowing we still have that.
Well, perhaps you can give me something, just a little fun in trade.
We can work something
Just
out.
as a
Just
thank
not
you for
at
all
this
my services.
moment. Once
Very
everyone is
well.
back to their normal selves, we can determine something.
She looks at you and she says, I will hold you to that.
Or I could make you something.
Oh, I do hear that you're quite the crafty man. I could use a bit of something, or my brother, perhaps. Very well. Here's your box.
Or
She
we
hands
could
you a
call it
box
even
back.
from the necklace of fireballs they stole and used to murder the caravan with.
Yeah, the necklace that Brobsy's holding is getting slightly hot from the rage going on inside.
The person in the necklace can communicate with the wearer, by the way. So perhaps he probably hears all her screaming.
All right. So with that, the box has been returned. You guys have all of your items. Nothing is missing.
Okay, good. And I'll have to make something for Oya at some point.
Sure.
They'll have to let me know what they want, though.
If you guys would like, you can take a long rest.
That would be great.
And anybody who's in their original form, only Orin, you can level up.
Oh, nice.
Everybody else, you're not currently yourselves and can't level up yet.
I guess we could let Seti out, and she could still do her a rest at least. Well, she's technically can rest in the amulet.
She can rest in the amulet. So as you all take a long rest, you can get your monsters back up to full HP.
Brobsy can hear Seti talking to herself and like make like the ADHD sounds, like little stimulation, like vocal nonsense, and then
But it
she
comes
hears
out
like
in this deep, terrifying voice instead of the
Yeah,
cute
yeah, yeah.
voice that it usually does.
But then she hears like Seti like being like, "Oh man, what do I do when I have to take a dump and I can't just prestidigitate it away?"
My shits will be massive.
Yeah. I'm trapped in an amulet with it.
Well, anyways. Several hours pass, and in what in this culture is considered the dead of night. Two dragons are spotted on the horizon, and the camp is in an uproar for a moment until those that do know are able to settle things down, and everybody has arrived at the camp together. A section of the camp to the west has been put aside for all of you to be out if you need to be, where you're not going to terrify all of the troops. It's parked very near the behemoth, just in case this is a trap that you have all secretly infiltrated and are intelligent monsters now trying to make your way in and surprise attack in the night. So just in case, there are large war machines to subdue you if necessary, as well as several of the unseen brigade just sort of watching you. But the time is yours. You're all accounted for. You're all healthy. You're just not yourselves. What would you like to do?
We need to call our people.
Yep, we should call them.
Midnier, for the fun of it's watching the unseen guys. Just like keeps like, I see you. Just
It's like, I have true sight. I can see you. So yeah, if you have calls to make, guys, make those calls. Tell me this time is yours. Do what you want.
All right. Well,
Call Willow.
Yeah, let's
Start
go.
there.
We
See what they
know.
say.
Who?
Calling Willow.
Yeah, call. We tried to call Willow.
All right, so you call Willow, and then there's a moment, and you hear, "Well, hello there. Hello. Ooh, oh, Grim, you've gotten deader.
No, Grim is. I don't have a face right now.
Yes, not what I thought your skeleton would look like either.
I don't think-
Fascinating.
I don't think it is my skeleton.
Oh,
Well, this I don't know how to put this. So I got a bunch of white stuff on me.
as one always does at some point when they're in, well, our house, if you will.
And then I turn into this, and then are the other ones out
Oh.
too?
looks over Grim's shoulder. Make that picture bigger.
Then it turned into this, and then suddenly turned into this.
Well, somebody fornicated with the trickster god then, didn't you?
And so apparently when you kill a big monster that is a goat with a bunch of tentacles, it can explode on you and do this.
You lost me at tentacles. I thought I knew what was going on. I thought it was one of the many creatures in my domain, my original
No,
domain, that is, that are capable of turning you into those things, but no. No trickster runs in the tentacle domain, except the Feistis. Maybe the Feistis would. It's very strange fun. But I don't think he would go for tentacle play, no.
no, this is the what they
Black
call
goat
her,
of the
black
woods.
goat.
I am not sure I'm aware of such a creature.
Oh well, it's far realm nonsense.
I have heard ties and stories of the far realm. So one of those creatures came in. One of the lords of the Illithid, maybe. One of its creators, maybe. Ooh, perhaps you were affected by the very same chemicals that, when applied to a human, would turn them into an Illithid, and instead, for some reason, transformed you into, well, something more yourself, but more monstrous. How very strange.
Right? I mean, this is like not the worst, but also I don't have
And
all of my other
also
powers.
not
so-
necessarily magic, and can't be therefore dispelled.
Yes.
Could change you into something else, but I'm not entirely sure that would cure the root problem.
So this is what we're trying to figure out.
Indeed. Can you still use your fractures by any chance?
Though no, it does not seem that we can.
Then something has happened to your inner realm as well. I think it's best if you speak to the most knowledgeable awakener you know.
Then I think perhaps Illithid was the right check.
Oh, well, yes, of course. Please let the risen mind of your Strandi know that I say hi. Because, well, I might be a little into tentacle play if they're into it too. Something about his slimy head just makes me say, I'll try it once.
And you probably like tea, right?
Oh, I love tea.
Yeah, he likes tea. You know, tea, tentacles, and whatever you want to put in the tea.
Oh, you're talking old man, you drizzler. No. I don't touch the Alhoons. No, more.
I
You're fine with
mean,
an arcanist.
all right. Well, thank you. We're going to call that guy.
Very well. Best of luck to you. And if you
Okay.
can't turn back, you're still welcome to come back to classes.
All right. I totally went to classes.
Oh, yes. I forgot to check.
Well, you know, we all go to classes all the time. For
Of course.
sure.
I believe you. Goodbye. Boop.
None of us go to classes. She knows that.
I mean, I learned some deep speech.
I mean, you speak real deep right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm fluent.
Yeah, exactly. Ruined.
Okay,
So,
calling
yeah.
Idrisma.
She goes the tiny little claw. Just like,
You can't use your seal. Make a
Somebody press the
dexterity check
buttons for me.
I can call him. It's fine.
I want to see the nightmare beast try it.
Make a dexterity check if you want to
How
try.
do I work this thing?
It's a +0 to dex.
Ooh, don't break it.
17.
17. With your 4 eyes completely focused, you narrowly get down to it and touch it and open it without it exploding. And then, like you're trying to defuse a microscopic bomb, you wave your hand over it until you see the glowing name on your list of contacts, and then gently lift your finger a little and then put it back down.
I'm sweating.
And it begins to fall.
Oh god. Oh, so.
Acid drips on the ground and melts a couple rocks as she sweats. There's just like a whoop, and there's a call in you here. Hi. Okay.
I did it! I did a thing! I did it successfully! I didn't break it! Oh my god, Idrisma!
What? All these voices just going, what? Confused, like saying,
Idrisma, it's me, Sadie! It's Sadie, I need your help!
You're like shoulders are out of the way to get like his face.
That. I will. Oh, dragon. He will.
Let me get out of the way!
How'd you not break it?
Where are you?
We are in the cauldron, we defeated the Black Goat of the Woods, and she fucked us up!
Very well. Well, I'll be there as soon as I can.
We're at the encampment in the Cauldron of Life, from the Purity entrance.
Or did I get
Takes
that
down
mixed
some
up?
notes. It says, I will ask for a guide. And then he hangs up. And as he's hanging up, he's like, what the fuck?
I did it! I did the thing! I did something!
You did it. Good
High five. I'm
job.
trying to get a high five.
Mitnir will high five you.
Yeah!
The front paws being even larger than the back on this strange creature, this big hulking massive hand, and you just kind of like clip into it. Even your dragon paw eclipsed by the size of the front hands on this thing.
Sadie, I didn't know you had such big hands.
They're huge!
So time begins to pass. Everybody rests. Everybody begins to help out with what you can. You see some individuals are like, hey, you're big right now. Any chance you can help me move this barricade?
Sure, where do you want it?
I'll just move it just over there, and then we're going to attach these together. We're going to build a more fortified wall, but we'd like to keep the spikes in the front. So if you can just hold that up there, we'll put do a little digging underneath, and yeah, that'd be great.
Just flies over and just like heaves him up. Like,
Yeah, so as long as you guys are willing to do it, they greatly accept the help of your monstrous strength right now in making this fort come up together and faster. Wood is being transported from the cauldron of life at an incredible pace because they doesn't take very long on their end to get stuff prepped and send it down to you. It's actually getting it down too fast almost for you guys to be able to do anything with it. But this place turns into a lumber yard quickly as things begin to be built, as well as mortar begins getting poured. Magicians are coming and raising things up. It is quickly becoming something of a fortress within the savannah. It's after what would in this case be about a day that coming in through this elevator, falling down ever so gracefully, not even needing the elevator, comes Yadrisma and is then escorted through the myriad of different soldiers, a lot of whom still look messed up. And the bodies are laid in the center yard, just this macabre half cemetery, half triage, as they're doing what they can to just sort through everybody and get them to where they need to go for last rites. Drisma comes moving over to your guys' own little corner of this encampment, and he sees you and he instantly says, "Well, this is strange, to be sure. But I think I know what has happened.
Thank God. I'm panicking and I'm so depressed, and this is like the worst thing that's ever. And I'm glad we didn't die because I was worried we would die, but holy shit, this sucks. And please, anything you can do.
Talk less, dear. You are more terrifying than annoying, like normal.
Ouch. I do the puppy kind of whimper, just hunker down.
What has happened to you? Is that you have been affected by the milk of the mother that has transformed you into a dark version of yourself that should not be. Your true self is still trapped within your inner realm that you could become your self again. We must simply get you back in there. An awakening is similar.
That doesn't sound too bad. Let's do it.
But you will not be there alone. What is affecting you will also be in there as well to either be compromised with or to be destroyed.
So like when we did the Northot thing with Oren.
It could be dangerous and deadly.
Got to be done now.
So, dangerous or they big?
Can any of us help with it?
I could send one in as you are, your true self, but not one of these changed creatures. No.
I will help if I can.
Then who would we seek to aid first?
Not to be a pick me girl, but pick me, please.
I think she's the most desperate to get out of her,
All right, we'll do
she
first.
grew some tusks, like it's a little.
I'm hideous. I don't. And I miss my
And then
magic.
If you do Cleary soon too, then we might have 2 Awakeners.
That
Oh,
could
we should get
speed
Cleary
up the
back
process.
first.
Yeah. No worry about me.
But if I get normal, then I can help.
Well,
Fair enough.
if we do Cleary, then we could potentially have 3 of us helping the others.
We'll
Me,
get Cleary
Cleary, and
first. It would
Adrisma.
be faster for everybody.
It would be faster if my inner realm was created already for you all to go inside and do things in.
So the DM's like, hey, don't do this. Don't do the NPC.
You could do it. I'd just have to go throw something together for his thing real quick. So
We could take a break if you want to do that.
okay.
I mean, or we start with Seti, because Seti could probably help him in general.
I would really like to see Seti be Seti again as soon as possible. No offense, love.
Right.
No, me too. I'm so ugly. I'm hideous.
All right, we can start
You're
with Seti.
still beautiful on the inside.
You don't know what the inside of that thing looks like.
It's full of
Not
poop because
literally.
I can't prestidigitate it away, so I'm just holding it.
Okay, Yadrisma starts dragging candles around and begins setting up as best he can for you. And then he says,
Now remember, this is not like an awakening. You can be harmed inside.
Right.
But also, you should know, you may be able to reason with them. It is an aspect of yourself that created this. Come forcibly to bear.
Okay. It's not very smart.
Good luck.
and then with that, your vision goes black.
Hmm.
And then where is the page for... Oh, there it is. When you open your eyes, you find yourself in your inner realm. But it's darker. Darker than before. The sunlight that was once brought in by Poppy's presence addition still are now gone from this space entirely. Completely eclipsed in darkness and a fog rolling all around. You see the many pillars that lay around the crystal in the center of your inner realm, and each one has one of your friends. Gutted. Throat slashed here or there. All of them tied to the rocks.
Well, this is
You're yourself
fun.
in this space. Orin,
No.
you find yourself chained to a rock and a bitter, stinging pain in your chest. You see a spike ran through, mounting you onto this wall.
Seti, a little help?
Oh shit, Orin! I'll run over and
That's awkward.
okay. I'm not right. Okay, I'm gonna try to like pull him down.
Yeah, pull the
As
thing out
you-
of me.
As you try to pull him down, you see that the spike that he is on gets thicker, as
It
almost like a
right.
lance.
Okay, got it. I was thinking the other way. Can I pull it out?
Make a strength check.
Strength check. That is a 6.
You try to pull it, and it doesn't seem to do what you wish for it to do. However, Orin, you take 11 points of piercing damage.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
Uh,
Can you help free my hands?
Right. Okay. Yes. Let's work on that. Is it like a chain with like a lock? Is there some kind of
There's some sort of manacle that is running through the wrist, not just on it, but through
Ooh.
the wrist,
Okay.
in between the bones.
Oh, fuck. Fuck. Okay. Shit. Can I try? Is there any kind of mechanism that I can try to like lockpick or
It doesn't appear. It
disarm?
appears to not have any form of lock mechanism whatsoever. It's solid metal
Or you might just have to hang out.
bent
Fuck.
into itself.
Shit.
In this
Okay.
moment, while you're over at Orin trying to get things done, you get this eerie chill run down your spine as if you were being watched.
No, shit. Just fuck. Really quickly, I'm going to try to just Eldritch Blast like the chain, force damage, try to like break the chain.
All right, make an attack roll.
Natural 20, 38.
Yeah, it hits. 38 points of damage.
That's the hit. 14 points of force damage.
All right, it slams into the chain, and the chain rattles.
Shit.
Doesn't seem any worse for wear.
I don't. Any bright ideas, Orin? Shit. And I'm gonna. But
It's completely useless, you know.
I turn around.
Nothing's there.
Who? Hello? Why? What do you want?
Oh, I have everything I want. I'm free. At least I was. And now here you are, back again in charge. But it's my body, so I'm sure you're unhappy, aren't you? At least the body it chose to imprison us both in, but I had my uses for it.
Who? Who are you? Where did you come from?
I came from you, darling. Your potential.
The other side.
You waste what you could accomplish. You, a walker of dreams. You always use it to see people, to communicate. Oh, so sweet. Did you know it can do so much more? For instance, and you see the nail twist deeper into Orange
Hey!
chest.
Stop hurting my friends!
Take 8 points of piercing damage.
Stop. Alright?
That pain he's feeling is real. Now imagine what you could do to your enemies.
Look. Not like I haven't thought about it. It's not like I'm not aware of it. But a line has to be drawn somewhere. Okay? Because the things
Really?
we're fighting against, the things we live for, the things we survived for, we're not becoming them. And we're not making more of them in the world by being shitty.
So you would reject power that could let you kill someone before they even were able to stop you, had a chance to. Isolate enemies that could cause countless others to die when you could just walk into the dream and end them by yourself.
That's not how the world should work. Okay? It's
Then
not.
you are a lost cause.
No. No. I've been through a lot to be here. And you don't get to just wake up and decide you're in charge, okay? Just because some stupid monster from some faraway place splooshed all over us does not.
And just
We have
because
business to
I
do out
suddenly
there.
became trapped inside of you, I don't have the right to fight for freedom, to exist and belong.
Not like this. Not that. No, there are better ways to do things, right? Like, let's have a conversation about what we can do that is mutually beneficial. Not just you come in here and kill all my friends and fuck everything up.
Oh, I'm not here to kill all your friends, dear. Not even a little bit.
Then let
I want
Orin
you
down.
to find out how to do it yourself.
No, let him down.
Very well. I'll let your poor friend down. The chains fall away. The nail slides out and disappears. You are now bleeding at an alarming rate.
I put my hand out and I do a cure wounds. At the... Hang on, let me make sure I have cure wounds.
I can heal myself. Touch myself and use healing hands.
Okay. Take 23 points of piercing damage.
When I heal myself?
No, just as you begin bleeding profusely.
Oh, okay. Did my heal seem to do anything?
Yeah. Your heal seems to heal you. Go ahead and heal. Didn't seem to close your wound, though.
Mm.
You good, Oren? You okay?
You
think
both
it's still
healed?
bleeding.
Considering it technically a new round, even though we're not in combat, you bleed some more.
Look, I did a 4th level healing word for 27.
Keeping him up. 23 points of piercing damage.
Stop this. Stop all of this, okay? He hasn't done anything. This is between you and me.
Stop it yourself.
I'm just going to try to go... It's like, I know I'm in my inner realm, but I want to use that same focus that I would use to go to my inner realm, and just try to exert the same sort of shaping and control that I had practiced so much, to try to reshape this place into...
Try to shape his
normal.
chest back to where it needs to be, or the whole room?
Well, I'm going to start with just Oren being okay.
Okay. You begin focusing. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check.
13.
The 13, the wound starts to look like it could start closing. Maybe it's getting smaller, but it doesn't. Focus isn't strong enough.
I'm too upset and too emotional, and that's your fault.
23 points of piercing damage.
I'm going to do another
No,
4th level healing.
it's because you're weak and you refuse.
29 points of healing. No,
Steady,
You have
remember-
denied me and your potential. You have used this as a messaging service to those you care about, instead of what it could be. If you truly wish to reject me, fine, heal him. But know that I will come for you in this form I was forced into.
Remember to focus, Seti. Think back when you meditated with me.
it's so hard to focus when I'm this upset.
Roll with advantage.
But I'm going to try again. And I'm going
Is
to...
Orin bleeding and outside?
If you look at Orin, you look at his chest, and blood has pooled up and is pouring out of his chest, yeah.
Just outside, just like, I don't think it's going so well, guys.
Natural 20! 25.
The natural 20, you see like this blood on the outside stops bleeding actively. Seti, you gesture, and as the wound closes up with your focus. You're good. Very good. You saved the poor, pathetic automaton that you call a friend.
You shut the fuck up. You know what I'm thinking about? I'm not thinking about you and the stupid little shit you're saying. I'm thinking about how much better I am because of my friends and the people I've met and the people I'm fighting for. How much...
So your only goal is to deny me then? To push me out? To kill me?
I'm not trying to kill you! You're part
Then
of
why
me,
are you
right?
here?
You're part of me. You got given something bigger by whatever stupid shit happened. But I accept and welcome all the parts of me because that's who I am, all of it. Even the scary shit.
Prove it.
But I'm not going to give in.
If not your friends, why not that one? And gestures over to Oya, hanging on the stone.
What about it?
I know they were your companion when we met. But they're not your friend. I see the hatred in your soul you feel for them. The bitterness for what they did to you. If you would accept me, hurt them. Enter into their inner realm and harm them. Something you couldn't do before. Not really.
I have been in
Prove
that
to
inner
me.
realm.
Yes, you witnessed things. You scared them a little and you left. Make them truly fear you, and you'll have earned my trust. And I'll give you back what you want so bad.
I look at Oya. I'm thinking about it. They betrayed us quite badly and killed a lot of people and put us in a position that was horrible. They deserve to be scared. Maybe killed. But they helped us in that fight. They kept us alive. And it's not my position or my place to decide who lives and dies. Punishment.
Then we have nothing more to discuss. And I need you to roll initiative.
Ay, ay, ay. Get good, Orin, because I don't have a lot of good spell slots left. 24 for my initiative.
As the Nightmare Beast appears and everybody rolls initiative, so including me. Natural 20. What?
I only rolled a 2 for a 13.
I think it's the lowest initiative you've rolled in a while.
Yeah.
All right, so 20 and above?
24. Trying to avoid a combat because most of you aren't here, but
It is what it is.
I gotta
What do you
stand on
mean?
some principles.
We're on the rocks around you. You know.
All right. So, with that, Seti, you go first.
Alright. So as soon as this beast shows up, where is it? I have a spell. Yeah. That's not it. Fuck. It's the one that does a bunch of psychic damage. Am I crazy?
Vicious mockery.
Vicious Mockery does a lot of damage when Oya does it.
Can't find it. I don't
Okay.
remember what level it was. Okay, so fuck that. Action to activate Crown of Stars. So that's up.
Okay.
And then bonus action, give Orin a 3rd level healing word. Or, God, that's a lot of ones. 21 points of healing. And then...
I'm full.
Nice. I'm with Orin right now.
Put yourself where you want to be, because you're on the map. You're next to the crystal.
Yeah.
So
I'm next to Orin. I'm going to... I don't want to leave Orin, but he's full, so he's looking good right now. Healing word is not touch, so I'm going to use my movement to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Fuck. Should have put myself on his left. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm just gonna get this far. Running away.
okay.
Okay. That's my turn.
So you got these far away. As a legendary action, we are going to charge at you. Orin.
Mm-hmm.
And make 2 tusk attacks against you. That is a 25 to hit, or 26 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And that does 15 points of slashing damage. That's a 30 to hit.
Yep.
Oh, that's low. 11 points of slashing damage. And then it is its turn properly. It is within 60 feet of SETI, so it will use its disintegration gaze. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, okay, that's a 25.
So you're going to take half damage.
Yep.
Isn't it all or nothing?
Or half as much on a successful one.
Oh, it is half? Okay.
Yeah. 25. 30. 35. 75 points of damage halved.
Okay.
37?
So 37 points of force damage. Do you have any concentration spells up?
It's force damage. No, I don't have concentration on. But I am resistant to force.
So cut down to 16. No.
18?
18.
18. Yeah. Woo!
Okay. Is that its turn? Orin.
Okie dokie. I guess I think first thing I'm gonna do is spend 4 key points to activate my empty body ability. So I become invisible and gain resistance to all damage but force damage. I don't think the invisibility matters, but I want the resistance. Let's see, bonus action. I think as a bonus action, I can activate my Sun Shield, or that's just a free thing.
I don't think it's a free thing.
It doesn't say I have to do anything to activate it, but to turn it off is a bonus action.
Is this something from your fractures?
No, it's my
Monk ability?
Monk ability, yeah.
Okay.
So I'll just activate that, I guess, for free.
Okay.
Doesn't do anything right now, but...
Okay.
So what do I got as a bonus action? Can't do much at a bonus if I don't attack something. I'll just spend a key and do patient defense as a bonus action.
Cool. Legendary action, it's going to Tusk attack you. 26.
So you have disadvantage on the attack.
29.
It'll hit.
And that is 17 points of slashing damage.
So half to 8. And I think as a reaction, let me just check real quick. As a reaction, I can make you take 10 radiant damage.
Okay. All right. Seti.
Okay. I'm going to round. Nope, not going to do that first. Bonus action, Crown of Stars. Attack roll is. Ooh, a nat 1 for 19. That sucks.
Yep.
Regular action. I can't do any healing because that's a bonus action. I am going to Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Don't have to worry about healing right now.
Yeah. Cantrips, spells. Helps if I'm on the spells page. Okay. 31 to hit for the first one.
Hits.
35 for the second. 38
Hits.
for the third.
Hits.
And 32.
Hits.
So we've got 4 hits. For a total of 24, that's 34. Oh my god, my brain. 47 force damage.
Okay.
And I will use a thingy to do an extra. Ooh, okay. 9 points of radiant.
Okay. So your turn?
I'm gonna move. And I'm just like, as I'm blasting, I'm just like, you don't get to tell me what to do. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. We'll be here.
Okay. All right. So it's going to wail on Orin.
Still has disadvantage.
Oh, it does. So that's 24.
That hits.
Okay, the other one was a natural 17, so still helped, or almost helped. 10, 23. No, that's not right. 18 points of slashing damage.
Half to 9.
That's a miss on the second attack. And 24 again. So, yeah,
That hits, yep.
that's the tusk. 16 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
All right, your turn, Orin.
All right. I guess I'm gonna activate my Lord of Light.
All right.
Then for a bonus action, I will use one of the motes just to throw a heal at myself.
Okay.
And I'll heal for 17.
Okay. Is that your turn?
I am just gonna move like more in front of him here, but yeah, that's it.
Okay. He's going to 120-foot cone to a frightful howl. So, wisdom saving throw from both of you.
I'm immune to being frightened.
Seti?
Yeah, I forgot about the cone shape. I was like, I'm far enough away. No, it's not that far. It's the distance between each other. Wisdom save is 18.
Just makes it. So you are not frightened.
Thank God. Do
All
have to
right,
pee
Seti,
though, so
your
I'll be
turn.
right back. Oh fuck. Never mind. These turns
It's a
go around
3-person
too fast.
initiative order.
I know. I don't have time to pee in between rounds.
Nope.
That's my thing. Okay. We're gonna try another Crown of Stars. Come on. Oh boy. 26 to hit.
26 to hit. Does hit.
That's 26 points of radiant damage as well.
Okay.
And I'm just this one. I'll poke my head out from around the rock. And then we'll do some more Eldritch Blasting. 28 to hit. Oops, I just rolled that
Hits.
twice. Got 28 both times. All right. That was the first two attacks. Okay. 22 force damage for the first two attacks. Oops, that was the wrong one. Still the same modifier though. Okay, so that one also hits. And 23 to hit for the last one?
Does not hit. Its
Okay.
AC is not the same as it was
Oh.
before.
Well, that's an extra 8 points of force damage for the third one.
So
And-
30 points of force damage total, or 30 points of damage total, right?
Yeah, and I'll add another 10 of radiant with Aspect of Twilight.
All right.
That's my turn. I have a little bit of movement left.
Okay, at the end of your turn, it's going to make another tusk attack against.
I'm just gonna
Orin.
be peeking around the side of that rock.
Is this with a disadvantage still?
No, because my turn
Oh,
came up. So you're
Natural
good now.
20.
Oh no.
Yep.
Shit.
Which is why it's important to add.
Reaction is silvery barbs, so it has to reroll. And I will give Orin the advantage.
Okay. Natural 1.
Nice.
That was a good silvery barbs, man.
However, it's going to look at Orin. Orin, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, be careful.
27.
Well, you succeeded. So that's 79 points of force damage, reduced to 39
39.
points
Yeah.
of 39 points of force damage. And it will bonus action teleport to Seti.
Oh no! I forgot it could do that.
Okay. That's its turn. You should go pee, babe.
I was gonna say, Orin,
Soren's
take
turn.
your time, please.
All right. I'll try. All right, let's see. Well, I guess I'm going to fly over to it. And let's try hitting it a few times. See what happens. I hate these dice, man.
Yeah.
It looked like it landed on 13, but it said it was a 1. But, sure. Oh, that's better. 34 to hit.
34 hits for sure.
Ooh, nice. So that'll be 27 radiant damage.
Jeez.
And I will try a stunning strike. So that's a con save.
Constitution save.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 17.
Total?
Yeah.
Then it is stunned until the end of my next turn.
All right, it's stunned.
And then I will
For whatever reason, they didn't give this monster any proficiencies.
con bonus.
No, any proficiencies.
Oh. Well, I will
Like all
bonus
monsters
action
should have.
flurry of blows. Well, let's see what we got. So that's a 31 to hit.
31 hits.
And that'll be 21 radiant damage.
All right.
Then 32 to hit.
Hits.
For 16 radiant damage.
Okay. Is that it?
Yep.
All right. It can't take a legendary action because it is stunned.
Mm-hmm.
Seti, it's your
Nice.
turn.
Okay.
Stunned
Crown of
it.
Stars. Is a 29 to hit
Hits.
for 35 radiant.
Okay. So as you blast into it with this light and begin unleashing your inevitable flurry of different blows, you see its form beginning to shudder and waver, and then you hear, "You'll regret this when the time comes and you're too weak to do what needs to be done."
Never.
And then... Go ahead. Just never?
Just never.
Okay. And then as you raise your hand, release an Eldritch Blast straight into its face. Disappears. You guys watch on the outside as the body explodes outward. And then Seti, you open your eyes and you can see sunlight up through a tunnel. You begin climbing and climbing, and you crawl out of the body of the nightmare beast, covered in blood. And bare-ass naked.
Oh shit! Whatever, I don't care, I'm hot as hell! Guys, we did it!
So naked, bloody Seti stands up out of the nightmare beast, and we're going to go ahead and take our break. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. We'll be back in a few.
Woohoo!
And we're back. So Seti crawls out of this body, and the candles all go out, and Yudrisma goes,
Wow, interesting. That you came out that way.
Was there another option?
Knows.
I mean, this wouldn't have been my preference.
No, not quite. A science.
Is everyone okay? Everyone good out here? And Oren, you
They
good?
all seem normal.
Oh, man. I tried not to fight it, but it kind of just wound up happening anyway. And, we're good. Next? Right? How long did that take? What time is it?
Can send then another in to the next one. But only one. One can go in.
Do we want to, the options are me and Orden, because we're the ones that aren't changed, right?
Yeah, yes.
I feel like I should go after Cleary. And then once Cleary's up, maybe we can, divide and conquer.
Sure.
Okay.
So you guys want to do Cleary's right now? Is that what you're saying? Again? Obsessed with doing the one I don't have prepared?
Well, we had a break.
I spent it breaking. No, my God.
Okay, fine. Forget Cleary.
I want players to have fun, not watch the NPC do stuff.
Okay, well then let's get. I mean, Mitnir seems. Mitnir and Grim both seem pretty happy as. Whatever.
We're just oblivious that we actually are different.
But Bropsy's not here, so. Do we want to rock paper scissors for Mitnir?
I mean, I can do it. That's fine. It's good. You're still saying that minute. You're just going.
Who wants to
All
fight?
right,
Which of us wants to fight the dragon?
Well, does Grim want to go next?
Go next. I can.
Just somebody
It's
step
Grim.
up.
Somebody
I
step
think
up.
You'd be better off going up against magics than I would, right?
Maybe, yeah. Depends.
I'm better up against brute force than I am magics.
Okay,
So do you want to help Grim and I'll help Mitnir?
sure.
So we can do Grim first.
That's fine.
All right. So they begin moving the candles around you. It takes minutes to set things up, so your Lord of Light will be gone by the time.
Oh yeah, that's already done.
Yeah. So he sets up the ritual and he says,
Best of luck to you.
and your vision goes black, and you find yourself in your inner realm. And without even having to look, you see sitting across the water, wandering through your garden of lichen, is the Lichen Lich. Just moving ever so gently through the space, admiring, checking up on the various accoutrement of the space. And you said SETI was going in?
Yep.
Apparently.
That's tiny for some reason. All right. So you enter into the space and you see this lichen lich just moving about, checking on the mini mushrooms.
So, how do you like it?
Turns and looks at you and says, I find them all very intriguing. This space of yours is quite adequate.
Yeah, it better be.
I particularly enjoy the swamp water. It smells profusely of death.
Yes. Yes, it does. So, do you mind giving Grim his body back?
I, in theory, wouldn't mind giving you your body back. But why are you insisting that your body is any better than mine?
Your body does not have access to all of these spores.
Hmm. Perhaps not all of those spores, but I have spores of my own.
You do not have the mushroom lady's spores.
I think with time I might learn to cultivate them by the spending time within your inner realm. I see what they are here, and I think I can grow them myself, perhaps becoming even more powerful together.
Hmm. You mean you'd like to just take my spores? I don't think that's a good idea.
No, I think we would share this body quite nicely.
I mean, I don't mind share. I've shared my body plenty of times, but you can't have Grimm's spores. I would, you can certainly appreciate them, but these were gifts from the mushroom lady herself, and she would not like you having them. In fact, she might.
I don't know why she wouldn't. We are one entity, all told.
Oh, you mean like a, I don't know, like a, what do you call
We
it?
simply need to become closer to one another, more alike. There is something in you that makes me unable to merge with you.
What is that? You mean?
Your strong attachment to life.
Yeah, there is that.
And yet you take life so willingly, manipulating souls, devouring them for your own purposes. I would do the same. And yet I find you resisting the very concept that death could make you even more powerful.
Not. Well, it's complicated. Grim doesn't want to get into a whole philosophical discussion about it, but uh, it's the how do we say? The living is part of it. It's the living or existing is more the important part. Do you know where the swamp water comes from?
I do indeed.
And you know what she does?
I do indeed.
That's more the issue.
And yet that power is yours now.
It is.
But you must experience it for us to become one.
Well, I can't experience that. I mean what
Of
she does,
course you
not
can.
the dying.
all you need to do is stay under the water until everything is gone.
Grim's not
And
worth it.
then I will bring you back, and we can become one.
See, Grim's not worried about necessarily that so much as Grim is worried about one, either not being Grim, or two, not being, you know?
Indeed.
Especially because this
It
lady
is
would
that
just,
fear that you experience, that constant fear, that
this
keeps us apart.
the swamp lady, she doesn't just kill, right?
She kills your soul.
Yes, this is what we don't want.
But you would experience that, and yet come back. That is all that it takes, and all that I ask.
How can
I
one
will,
experience their soul being killed and then come back?
by the nature of the power within you, it will embolden you. Once you have faced it, you will know. But you have to have the willpower to see it through to the end.
I just don't understand how it can be destroyed and then undestroyed.
Do you think that Nimbalov does nothing with the souls, the empty death? Do you truly believe that that's what it is, the destruction of souls?
That's what I understood.
Nothing is created or destroyed entirely. It is becoming of something else. It's drawn into a power. You would become nothing of what you were, but for a moment. But your own grip of what that is, feeling that non-existence, will give you what you need.
I'm make an insight check on him.
Make an
That's
insight check.
34.
He seems like he's being completely honest with you.
So then what would happen if we were to bond after that?
I do not know, but you would be more powerful for certain.
Would it affect my bond with the mushroom lady?
I do not think so.
Because we wouldn't want to anger her. She does not like being angry.
I think it would merely make you a more potent individual. But again, you have to have the willpower to see it through.
Hmm. I mean, I guess Seti can always hold my head under if I start to thrash.
Oh,
Not
don't
doing
worry.
that.
I can hold your head under. She would quickly die within touching the waters.
Oh, Seti, don't do that then.
I'm not. I mean, I'm trying not to intervene or make a. I mean, this is you and your psyche having a conversation.
Listen, Seti, the goal has always been immortality, okay?
Yes, and have you not already achieved that with your mushroom thingy that we opened?
Yes, but that's functional immortality, which is not the same as real immortality.
I don't think I see the difference, but I just want to caution that, things have a cost. And what cost is being paid, and is it worth it?
Okay,
You
mushroom.
are being asked to drown right now.
You know how many times I've drowned?
No.
Oh my gosh, so many. And not even water. You know how many times I've drowned with dirt? You know how
That's
many times I've
awful.
dirt drowned?
So why do you want to do it in water?
I mean, it's supposed to be peaceful compared to dirt drowning. I've dirt
Water drown?
drowned
No,
so
I
many
almost
times.
water drowned. It's not. It fucking sucks.
Well, when the hypoxia kicks in, it's peaceful.
Oh my god. I mean,
Not at first, but I am not able to be afraid physically, so technically it wouldn't be so bad. I would just experience the euphoria once the hypoxia limits the oxygen to my brain.
I just.
Anyway, is there a cost, skeleton mushroom man?
The only cost is if you should give up partway through. We would not be able to unify as one, and I would not like to be conquered. So you would have to return to the old violence, as it were.
It's another 34 insight check.
He seems like he's being quite forthright for lichen skeleton.
I mean, it's not like Grimm's naturally opposed to lichen skeletons. But okay. Alright, Teddy. I mean, I
So you
guess
watch.
if things look like they're not going according to plan, you can just blast them. But so long as I'm drowning normally.
Jesus.
He comes and grabs you.
You're putting a lot of
And
faith
they
in this thing.
gently touch the water, and as you do, you immediately feel the cold begin to grip you as you submerge.
Ugh. It's like, okay, this is gonna suck.
You feel that cold, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
30.
You feel it, and your body wants to fight it, but your mind is still. And as he plunges you under the water, you feel the cold grip you entirely. You drown quickly. It's not euphoric. It's painful. But you know it must be done. But the fear still fills you.
Textbooks were wrong. Biology
and,
textbooks are so bad.
and as that happens, I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, 20.
Still meets it. These are rising difficulties. As you feel your life going, you feel your life flash before your eyes. You see the true nature of death. Bottomless, empty death. You feel your heart stop. Everything stop. The pain surges for wanting. The fear again grips you. Make another wisdom saving throw.
32.
You're gone. Nothing. You feel nothing. Seti, you watch as Grim disappears under the water, completely gone. The Lich stands back up and says, "And now we wait."
Can I insight check this thing?
Sure, make an insight check.
She wasn't doing inside checks when Grim was, so.
Natural 20 for a 28.
He seems to be waiting for something.
Yes, but is it a sort of I've
He's quite
accomplished my
pleased.
evil deeds waging, or like this is totally.
Oh, he seems very happy with the way things are going.
What are
Make a
we?
wisdom saving throw, Grim.
Ready? 28.
Nothing happens.
What exactly are we waiting for? Isn't there supposed to be some magic happening now?
That's one failure. Minutes pass. Make a wisdom saving throw, Grim.
22.
That's 2 failures.
Oh gosh, what do I have to roll? A 13, I guess.
I don't.
Nothing happens and minutes pass.
Do I start blasting? I don't know!
He looks at you and says,
He wanted this!
he looks at you and says, we might have miscalculated.
We might that.
Look, I got a
Grim.
plus 17.
Grim, make a wisdom saving throw.
Another 28. What's the DC? That's an 11 with a plus 17.
I've got my blasting fingers ready. And I'm like,
Anyway,
what have you done?
that's 2 28 failures, I guess.
He looks down into the pool and goes, oh, that is unfortunate. I think he may not be coming back.
I can't touch the water. I mean, is he like fully submerged?
He's gone. You see nothing. You see dark water, and it's been about 8 minutes of just nothing.
8 minutes? I didn't just stand there for 8 minutes.
Told you minutes pass each time.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I would not have stood there for 8 minutes.
You didn't have a wish at him, dude.
You are in his inner realm, though.
I am in his inner realm, and I think that's literally my only option, is to try to exert influence here, like I did in mine. Because I don't have anything like telekinesis or nothing that I can see. I mean, I could try to mage hand and grab him, but I don't think it can carry that much.
There's nothing there. You see nothing.
Well, okay, yeah, okay.
Can you Can you assist my nothing?
I'm going. All I can do. I've got my blasting fingers out, like this motherfucker.
Oh, I have an inspiration. Can I use that?
Sure can.
Because I've never used that inspiration as a D12.
Yep.
A plus 12. Well, brings my 28 to a 40.
After 8 minutes of nothing, Grim plunges back out of the water.
The fuck?
The last moments, and the reason you weren't coming back, is you had nothing. There was no spark, no will, no anything. You felt the thing you feared the most. But you couldn't feel it, because it wasn't there. You weren't there. And then suddenly, a spark of inspiration.
I heard a little
memory.
song.
A little bit of a song from SETI from what felt like days ago, centuries ago, eons ago, began to play in your mind. And as her voice played in your mind, you remembered. And you stood up. Grim, as you step out of that pool, you're holding something in your hand. You're holding the core of your phylactery. Your true phylactery.
Are you okay?
And with that, and you see he reaches out for this core.
Okay, I guess I'll hand it to him.
And as you do, he takes it in his hands, and his whole body begins to break down around it. Crunching, snapping, twisting, And this bone cage, amassed of all of his form, condenses around it. Takes whatever shape you wish. But is made of bone and lichen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's gonna look like a little bone mushroom,
Okay.
little
And with
bony
that,
spory thing.
you have a true Lich's phylactery. You cannot die while that thing is in existence. And, more importantly, you can gain another spore of your choice from your Lord of Spores list.
Yeah, more spores.
All right. And at that moment, you open your eyes and you guys watch as all the bones begin to fold in on themselves, and as if reaching out of nothing, literally out of nowhere, Grim catches it in the shape of a bone-like mushroom. And Seti opens her eyes.
That was horrific.
That was way less dramatic.
That was. Oof.
It was
Well,
the
at
worst.
least I only have to do that once.
Oh my god. I'm going to need therapy. I can't believe you made me watch that. That took so long. Grim, I hope you're happy. I hope it was worth it. That was the worst thing I've ever witnessed in my life, and it was so hard not to fucking blast that motherfucker to fucking pieces.
If it makes me feel any better, it was your song that saved me.
Wait, really?
And yeah, it sounds really cheesy when I say it out loud, doesn't it?
My song saved you?
Oh god, I
Oh.
shouldn't have said it out loud.
Oh
That
my god,
sounds
Grim!
so bad.
Grim, that's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. Oh my god! And I go and I hug him. He's just
He
the
feels
biggest.
your arms sink into him because he's mostly made of spore.
It's just spongy.
Just a face full of mushroom. Oh my god! I'm so happy.
Okay, great. We did that. Somebody else's turn now. I'm just
So am I gonna fold in on myself, or am I gonna explode like she did? Like,
I don't know. You don't think you're going to fold in on yourself.
I didn't think I was going to explode either.
Just as a side note, I am now giving Grim his things.
Oh yeah, I should probably get dressed.
Yeah,
He's still
Grim.
naked? No.
Yeah, the people that speak of that day, when they saw Grim naked in his current form, they all have
Never
different
speak of it
stories to tell. And yeah, and some of them never speak it again for the rest of their lives.
Thankfully, he's covered in mushrooms, so everything looks the same.
Yeah. All right.
Well, then who is next?
just kind of like shuffles. Like, do we have to? Is it required?
I mean,
You could stay as a dragon forever, but you could lose yourself again.
And you don't get to use all your shit.
You're just gonna turn into a stronger
weapon.
version of yourself, aren't you? Like, but probably larger or something.
Think of that really nice sword I made you. You want to use that again, right?
Tries like pretending like with dragon claws, like swinging sword, and just like, yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay.
I gotta find Lord of Spores.
Okay. And with that, and the ceremony begins, we'll move over to Mitnir. Mitnir, you find yourself exiting the same gate you always do. And at the far end, you see a very large blue dragon guarding your core. You see it's looking down at it and says, "Such a small thing. To believe that I could have been this instead of what I am would have been a waste of Tiamat's scale."
That's just rude.
Ah, you finally come to acknowledge me, brother.
Yeah, well,
This is not the dragon you were transformed into. This one is larger.
we all have a little something inside.
He looks at you and says, "One of us will walk out of here, and the other will not. Do you think that you can best me alone, or are you going to use your little weak friend to tip the scales in your favor like a coward?"
Just kind of looks at Orange like,
I mean, which one of us is he calling weak?
I mean, he doesn't have to. He's just here to make sure, they know what happened. Really.
I can be an observer.
So you choose to fight with honor, then?
If it comes to that, sure.
Oh,
Sure.
it comes to that. Roll initiative.
You don't even get a choice.
17.
I mean, it's an evil blue dragon made out of the scale of Tiamat.
You can
Of
see
course, it's gonna try to
20
win.
on both dies is like just cocked to the side by one. Like,
I rolled a natural 18.
I rolled a 30.
Well, you're supposed to be standing there.
I'm still gonna roll initiative. I'm just,
Mhm.
not going to interfere unless absolutely necessary.
All right, 20 and above.
30?
Okay. What else you got? What did you roll?
17.
Okay, the dragon's gonna go first.
I was like,
Well, not
that's
first, second.
pretty good for me, but still nowhere near whatever
If
he
you don't,
rolls.
if you don't do anything, the dragon goes first. But you technically have the right of way if you wanted to just launch into an attack, completely ignoring what they said.
I'm just going to fly to the back of the room and fly above the core. And just watch.
Okay. You can also land on one of the statues to the side or something. There's places to sit.
It's fine, I'll fly.
Okay.
I'm in
So he
hover
just
mode.
watches you pass him. He's like, "Good choice. You didn't want to be there." And then he raises his head up and he... Dexterity saving throw, please.
Not gonna lie, I was going back there to avoid breath attacks.
That's what he said. A good choice.
19.
I don't want to be an observer and still get blasted.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to roll this. Can somebody roll me 16d10, please?
I can roll that for you. $81.
Produced a 40? It's lightning damage.
So did I fail the save?
Yes, you failed the
Okay.
save. The DC was 23.
Yeah.
So you take 40 points of lightning damage. And he says, "Your turn."
We'll start with a rage,
Okay.
just in case he bops me.
Mm-hmm.
And yes. What's my...
You are a little ways away.
We'll just go to there. That's my full movement. Trying to decide. It's like, how far away is he? Yeah. All right. So I guess I will.
Hang on, guys.
Yeah.
We have Gary in chat who just redeemed a dab, so I need everyone to dab for Gary, please.
Oh, okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Well, my head
All right.
disappeared.
Carry on.
It's a decapidab.
I guess I will dash. So we'll go another.
Didn't even see my dab because my sleeves are black.
To there.
All right. So, legendary action. You're not within 15 feet. And its tail attack is only 20 feet. And you're 30 feet away. Ooh, interesting. So it's actually going to use its wing attack to just fly to you. And land, he says,
Don't worry, I won't sit out of your reach like a coward. Come at me.
and that's, then he's going to attack you because it's now his turn. All right. The bite attack first. Oh, roll in the box. That's a 34 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
2d10. That's 21 points of piercing damage reduced to 10. And 18 points of lightning damage reduced to 9. He is then going to make two claw attacks. Ooh, that's lower. 23 to hit.
Matches.
So hits. That's 14 points of slashing damage. And this one is an 18 to hit. Rolled a natural 2.
Hey,
misses.
he misses.
He will also use his frightful presence. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
That's 16.
You failed, so you have disadvantage on your attacks. But he's not running. So you can still attack him. It is your turn. He hit you, so you're raging still.
I guess. I'm gonna sequester judgment myself. Just for an instant to get rid of the fear.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna move behind him. Well, ish. With my movement. And I will just bonus action zap him with the lightning. So that's a dex.
Bonus action zap him with the lightning, so that's a dex?
Yeah, it's a dex save. I was just trying to find dex
Natural
22.
1.
Alright, so that is for 6 whole lightning point damage.
6 whole lightning damage?
Yeah.
so
But
it
it's
does
not even
0
like
damage.
Yeah, it's not even like a full attack, just a kind of a passing zap.
Hmm. One second. Sorry. Okay. So you sequestered yourself as your action, right? And no attack. You're muted, so if you're talking, I can't hear.
My bad. Yes, that was the action. Can't attack.
Oh, okay. So then he is going to roll to see if he gets his breath back. Which he does not. Bite attack is a natural 1. Next attack is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
That's 17 points of slashing damage, reduced to 8. And that's a 14 plus, so it's, yeah, a lot to hit. Definitely hits. With 15 points of slashing damage. And because I missed it at the end of your turn, he's going to do a tail attack as well. Which is a 25 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And 17 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 8 again.
You're defending well, at least.
Your turn.
Not really defending, you're just in the way. Move out of his range up to my core.
Okay. What would
So
you
I don't
like to do?
Just pulls up the sword and goes, "You're right. One of us leaves, or neither of us does."
He looks at you and he says,
You're going to self-destruct. That's your big plan. Go ahead.
But just say I'm just reading something to see if I can do. Yeah, so we'll just make one swing at myself, essentially. Ha! That's a natural 20.
natural 20?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll damage.
24 plus 4 is 28.
28.
Mhm.
You watch as it cracks, and as it does, you both take 28 points of damage.
And he goes, Why? Why are you doing this? Why won't you fight me with honor instead of destroying us both? Are you an idiot?
Because I'm not letting you out when my friends are still out there. If I'm gone, it means you don't do anything to them either, or anyone else.
Make an intimidation check.
That is a 28.
He snarls at you and gets his head down really close. Then what do you want?
You can either accept that I'm in charge and you're part of me, or you can't.
He rears his head back, charging throughout his neck. Larger, brighter than you would have expected. More than what an ancient dragon should be able to conjure. And breathes hard on your core. The lightning shatters around, and Orin, make me a
Sorry, Orin, I
dexterity
brought you
saving
into the targeting range.
Just make a dexterity saving throw.
You're muted.
21. But I believe I have an evasion.
Yeah, you still failed the thing. So take half damage of 16d10 if you would please.
Okay. Just had to aim them in my direction, huh?
Sorry.
I have to wait for the dice to get out of the way so I can see the total. So 83, so 41.
Yep, so 41 points of lightning damage. As it explodes with lightning, and the core grows brighter, and you see the etched scar on your chest, on the crystal that is your core, and on him all seal up. And he says, "Very well. Perhaps this won't be so bad if you have at least this much bravery. If you think you can handle our power together, fine. But always remember that if you grow weak or cowardly, I am here."
Won't forget.
As you step out and walk away, you see he fades into the background and goes and lays in the seat where Bahamut normally takes. You exit the inner realm, and you all watch as the dragon begins to shrink down, its body becoming more humanoid, the wings remaining. You're now immune to lightning damage, as opposed to resistant to it.
Nice.
And your breath attack has doubled in length and has gained double the damage and recharges on a 5 or 6.
Damn, I should have killed Oya. I
Maybe.
fucked up, y'all.
Gonna gain some superpower.
Yeah.
So, as he steps out, you guys see Mitnir much more draconic than he was before. Now he has the presence of a real dragon on 2 feet. You have a fly speed equal to your walking speed, by the way.
Not super fast, but it's flight.
I'm the only one that can't fly.
Does
So
he
you learn
have,
how to
like,
ride a Zephyr board.
does he have draconic wings now?
Imagine,
He has draconic wings of a blue dragon. The blue dragon's wings remained.
imagine
Nice.
trying to.
He also
fly
has a
with a
scar
board.
on his chest for where he cut his own core essence.
Just looks at Orin. You don't need to tell him about that part.
They can literally see it. They saw as the dragon, like a sort of lightning just shot out of its chest for a moment. And you look and you can see that there's like this sort of like lightning still glowing
You are
scar
butt-ass naked
crack
right now.
across your chest.
I mean, not the first time he's been butt-ass naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But, you know,
Also
here's
not what I
stuff.
expected you to do there. But mutually assured destruction was solid.
No. Not a bad strat. Everything okay? Y'all good?
Just kind of stretches and flexes the wings, like not even thinking about it. Just like, I don't know. I feel the same. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Nothing's different.
Sure. Yeah. Nothing at all. Totally the same.
You see Graham holding his bone mushroom like, if this breaks.
Imagine it's probably not super easy to break.
No, it is. We can work out some stats together for it, but it's made out of. It has as much hit points as the Lichen Lich does to start.
We're gonna put it somewhere safe though.
Yeah.
Perception chamber or something.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that leaves Cleary or Bropsy, and or we could call it because we've got 20 minutes left anyway.
Yeah, I'm not ready for Cleary right now. I don't have his inner realm made. I wanted to make his inner realm, but I honestly thought that a lot of you guys were going to end up fighting here.
You thought this would take long.
I never imagined we would make it through this many, but if Bropsy's not here, we can't make it to that one.
I feel like I had one other option, and that was a gamble. So,
hey man,
you
got me beat.
Yeah, that was a good play.
Do we think what?
I said, what do we think?
I think that we can say that those will resolve themselves next time. In the meantime, all of you that have currently returned to your normal selves, more or less, can rest and level up.
Hey, fuck yeah! Level 20, bitches!
I was gonna say, doesn't something happen
not
then?
quite. I'm almost there.
I just hit 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Cleary I think is also hitting level 20. There's a process you have to go through. Nothing other than your level hitting level 20 happens now, but
okay.
There is a
I finally get 9th level spells.
now you have the wish spell that would have saved
now I have wish.
Saved Grim.
Yeah.
But the inspiration that you gave him that he didn't use did save him, so.
That's right, because I always forget to use it.
Nice.
I had nothing to pick, but I got something. What, Archdruid? Is that a level 20? I think is the feature I get.
I think so.
So the important question is, obviously I'm taking wish for my first magical secret, but what's the second best spell in the game?
I think you already have that one. It's Foresight.
I do have Foresight already.
How about like Disintegrate?
You know?
Oh, Unlimited Wild Shape. Yeah. And I can ignore verbal, somatic, and material components without cost when casting. In Wild Shape and normal form.
That's very good.
So you can cast in Wild Shape now.
Mass Heal is always good.
I do feel like you don't use your Wild Shape very often, so.
I never use it. But now I can cast in Wild Shape.
So you can actually turn into something other than just doing your spore thing. All right, guys. Well, I'm sure that my players have a lot to do as they level up and check out their new shit and think about what's going to happen when they do their final steps of their Selindor awakening. But until then, I guess we're going to head out early for once.